Hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome to a game about digging a hole. It is, as far as I can tell, an incremental hole digging game. That's it. I don't know, it seems neat and I like the premise. As a kid, I was one of those kids that grabbed a shovel and tried digging a hole as deep as I could. I got about like 4 or 5 feet deep, to the point where my dad had to pull me out of it, but that was it, and then I stopped because it wasn't really that practical, and also we were renting the house. So, house for sale, only $10,000. With gold and gold treasure in the garden. You don't even need to do the gold treasure in the garden. $10,000 for a house is an absurdly good price for what this is. Like, Super Mega Digger 3000 Ultimate 2.0, detector set, and a trowel. Explodes when battery gets empty. That seems bad. Why would I buy that? I could just get a shovel, like a normal shovel. Alright, first and foremost, I want to inspect this lovely property that I bought for $10,000. Can I go in the house? Like, the garage is nice. I mean, space for crafting. But this looks like a fairly standard, maybe a bit small, like 3-bedroom house, give or take. Nice living room, kitchen kind of deal. $10,000 for this. Do these developers just live in the 70s? Have they just time traveled and dropped this game off and then gone back to the golden days? It feels... What? Yeah, I guess you'd have to go back even further beyond the 70s. Okay, so I got some stone. But, like, I'm actually kind of bothered by this, just a little bit, if only because, like, I am currently, getting to the point where I would like to buy a house myself, and the idea of being able to get a house for $10,000, like, a treasure aside, is absurdly good. Okay. The treasure could be cursed. Inventory is full. What do I do with it? Okay, I have 3 stone. Save game, sure. Let's see. Can I put anything away? Solarpunk. Oh! It's a tie-in. Is it by the same developers? I actually do not know. Cyberware. Oh yeah, it is by the same developers. So this must have just been kind of like a side thing that they wanted to work on. Or is this like a Rokoplay thing? No, it's the same people. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I've been actually looking forward to Solarpunk this entire time, so this must have just been, I can sell the stone, that's the premise. I thought I'd be buying things with that money. But yeah, Solarpunk looks like a charming little game. Let's see. Yeah, the problem is we want to get deeper, but we need to find stone. Because I can't progress with anything until I can... get more. Yeah, battery low. That concerns me. I'm also not entirely sure how I'm supposed to climb out of this. Let's take a look. Sell the remaining stone. How expensive is anything? Oh, battery charge. Oh, is extraordinarily cheap. We do also have like a health meter, so that's interesting. I'm not used to these games having like health costs or health values. Okay, well, one way or another, let's see, what do we want to do? Just throw on some synthwave? Yeah, let's throw on some synthwave. Let's have some nice music going. I always find these, like, little side projects kind of adorable and neat in a way. Yeah, we need 2 more rocks. Or something more valuable. Okay, so we found some coal. Let's go see if I can sell that, because we need some upgrades for this thing. Okay, coal sells for 2, perfect. So if we go back here, we can improve the radius of the shovel, we can increase our inventory slots, battery size, or getting a jetpack. There's also dynamite, rocks, destroys rocks and lava rocks, and then a lamp. Cannot be picked up again once placed. Okay, so we're gonna have to be somewhat limited on that. Yeah, this should be much bigger and much better. The answer is yes. Or destroyed. Oh, inventory is full. Shoot. Yeah, so the main question is, how do I want to handle this? Sell that. I have a little bit of money. Depends on the current... Oh, battery level. Okay. Digging and using the jetpack consumes energy. So I still have 3 money, which isn't much. I think I'd probably go for... Well, probably not battery size. Maybe? It seems like the most practical thing is just to continuously get a bigger shovel. There we go. Inventory is full. Don't destroy any more. The problem is the next level is a lot. Oh, the jetpack. Okay, so the jetpack actually is pretty affordable. Let's go for the battery size for now. Then we get the jetpack. Then we look into the inventory. The main thing I was worried about is getting out of this hole. Because eventually it's going to get bad. I can jump a decent distance. Because I think what I should probably do is, like, zigzag back and forth a little bit. So that I can comfortably climb out, rather than having to rely on the jetpack to get places. Okay, inventory's full. Let's not go push this any further. Sell. I've got 6. Go for the inventory slots. Now let's grab the jetpack. Okay, so that is pretty pricey, so we need to be a little careful. Maybe eventually we will have enough money that we don't need to worry about much. Yeah, I should have refueled on battery before I did anything else. Always make sure that the battery is at least above half before I buy anything else. Otherwise, I'm probably going to regret it later. Maybe. But yeah, I was going to say, I really like when developers have these little side projects. Big emphasis on little, oddly enough. Well, oddly enough, I don't know. Let's see, what's a good example of this? Well, not Dorfromantic, though technically Dorfromantic. I'm specifically thinking of... Let's not be a fool. If the price of refilling my battery scales with how depleted it is, then what we want to do is just refuel every time. I wasn't sure if it was like... At least at first I wasn't sure if it was like $1 gets you a full refill, at which point don't refuel at all. Until like the very last second, but now since I know it scales based on how much I've depleted, we definitely want to be at least somewhat conservative. Not conservative, we want to refuel whenever possible. Even if it's a little inefficient, I'm sure we will get plenty of resources as we go along. Let's see, what was I going to say? Right, Dome Romantic, not Dorf Romantic, that's my confusion. I'm glad they changed the name for that one, Dome Keeper. A little bit more generic, but it is so much more descriptive. But that was a small, like, game jam experiment that they just decided to make, and it popped off in a really big way, and became, like, an actually popular game. And, like, a very good one at that. And I have no idea what they were working on before. But it feels like a lot of the games industry locks into these really big ideas without actually testing them first. And some of them make sense. Like, I have no illusions. I think Solarpunk is going to do amazingly well. just because people are suckers for futurism, and then also suckers for futurism, and then suckers for farm sims. Yeah, let's just grab this. Then I think I will focus on shovel, and then shovel multiple times. If I can, maybe. But so yeah, I have no illusions that their other game that they're working on is going to be a hit in its own way. But little projects like this, especially with like an idea this immediately available and solid, kind of gives, describe it. I don't want to say it's kind of like Japanese light novels, but you see the title and you're like, okay, I understand exactly what the goal is here, but I still have to play it because it's a neat idea. I want to kind of smooth this out just a little bit, so we have no trouble getting out. Of course, if I find resources, I will dig for it as well. Let's see. But I have no idea like how long it took them to make this game, but as kind of a, I'm gonna say like a light advertisement for their other game. It's a tie-in without being at all really a tie-in. You know, it's a, here's something our studio has created while we work on the big thing, but if you like this enough, you know, check a look, keep an eye out for the big thing. And also, like, I have no idea how much this is going to cost financially, but I'm sure it's probably good from like a slight get money for studio, or like to keep the lights on at the studio while you're working on the big thing. Because some games, I mean, some games, lots of games take oodles of time to actually get anywhere. Especially like get completed. Okay, we're at 16. Halfway there. Oh. Nope. Let's not be a fool. There we go. But yeah, games take a long time and a lot of money to get completed, and so having like, I'm gonna call them like little advertisement tasters, fun things that take an evening to complete, maybe two, that also, you know, can help keep the lights on at the studio. It makes sense. The sad part is sometimes these like weird side little goof games tend to overperform the main game. I don't think that's going to be the case with Solarpunk, just because like that is very much a thing that people go nuts for. Let's see. But, you know, Domekeeper, for example, being a small side game that people went nuts for so hard that whatever the original game was working on wasn't worth it and probably would not have sold nearly as well. And so I think this studio's like got it very much in the bag on both accounts. But how would I describe it? Is the kind of game where the concept carries it so far without having to rely on anything else. You know, object detected. Okay. We found some iron. Little bit of stone. But yeah, whatever this object is. Okay, whatever this object is, we gotta go figure out what it is. Okay, that's 16, 35, so that's enough for a shovel upgrade and a full battery charge. It should make it a lot easier to get down here. Oh, look at how much bigger that is. Yeah, I didn't really intend to have this be... let's see, to turn so immediately, but hey, here we are. Let's see. I'm just gonna smooth this out a little bit more. Because, yeah, I'm gonna have to kind of descend into this. Means I need enough room to actually get over here. The one problem is I don't really have a good sense of where I physically am in this space. That I've yet to really get a full idea of like how large my character is. Minecraft is a good counterpoint to this. You always know exactly how large you are in Minecraft. You are 2 blocks tall and 1 block wide. And so it's very easy when digging to know exactly kind of your size and shape and space that you take up in this space. Hopefully there's some way for me to smooth things out later. Maybe. Okay, $4 charge. Yeah, I think I'd just save up. Just keep going for that shovel size. Because currently the inventory size and the battery... Got a money bag. Yo. Yeah, currently the inventory size and the battery are self-regulating. That, you know, if I run out of inventory space, it's probably a good time for me to go get a refill on the battery. Because it's about roughly half of my battery charge. Got another 18, refill the battery, and keep going. Whereas the bigger my shovel, the just easier it's going to be for me to descend. Because I don't mind making multiple smaller trips. Especially if I can make the hole bigger faster. Probably. I think the one complaint I'd mildly levy against this game is like an incremental fan. Is just it does feel like a lot of the choices are all just like bigger shovel, bigger battery. And it's not like you really ever have any variations within those. That so many of the upgrades are just linear upgrades on what you already have. But it is also one of those where, like, I recognize this is a goofy game that's meant to be played in, like, the span of an evening or two, rather than something you really go, like, nuts on time-wise. And who knows, maybe we do get more stuff. I think just roguelikes have kind of ruined me, because my standards for, like, good upgrade systems have very much been tinged by roguelikes over the years. The one problem with digging out the walls of anything. Nope, there we go. The walls, especially leading back out of the tunnel, it's extremely easy for me to dig too far. And maybe that's fine. I'm just trying to save money by not using the jetpack, by having kind of like a twisty tunnel instead. Maybe. I guess what we're probably going to do is zigzag, then clear out a floor. Or go down diagonally until we can't anymore. Then, like, try and flatten out an entire zone? Maybe. I'm just hoping we get some, like, digging tools that let me actually fill in, like, platforms and stuff. It really helps if I remember to refill my battery along the way. No. Okay, we're at 103. Hey. big shovel. There we go. And yeah, silly as it is, I'm probably just going to stick to upgrading the shovel size. A bit of coal. Yeah, I can dig upwards at this point fairly comfortably. As long as I have a consistent ramp that I can use to get back out. Huh. Does the bigger shovel actually cost more battery per use? It might. It might be one of those where we're... Ooh. Where's the next upgrade? Eesh. Let's see. But yeah, what was I going to say? As long as we have a consistent ramp down, I don't have to worry too much about what's overhead. So I can dig down into that as well. Yeah, so I think this thing, the bigger the shovel, the higher the overall battery cost on a per dig basis. So maybe we do need the bigger battery. I'm actually finding, like, precious little here. Oh, is this the end? That's the end. That's probably why I'm not finding anything. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, that there's probably less resources collected near the sides of the tunnel system. Or, tunnel system, the sides of the yard? And as a result, can't go that direction. Or can't go that direction, it's not really worth going that direction. And where'd all the iron go? We had oodles of this stuff earlier. Well, we're still making progress, even if it's less than I'd like. Refill battery. Yeah, I guess I'll probably just go for battery strength next. Namely, we want to be able to get a full inventory before we have to go back and charge. There's some iron. Okay. There's probably a more consistent way to do this. It'd be interesting to see somebody get good at speedrunning this game. Okay, inventory is full, battery is low. Just to get some iron in the mix. Alright, recharge, bigger battery. I just want to be limited by my inventory space more than anything else. Because then all I have to do is just keep an eye on the meters. There we go. Yeah, it seems like most of the best stuff is actually very much in the center of the yard. I guess it makes sense. You're not really supposed to clear out every floor. Maybe. Though I think to some degree we want to just keep going down more than anything else. But I mostly want to go to the side. Because I want to dig in a spiral here. That bumped my head too much. There we go. Inventory is full. So far, so good. The other option is we could actually just go down. The only reason why I'm like, on that is then I'd have to rely on the jetpack. Wait, can I? Okay, we can kind of jetpack here. But it's not the most comfortable. Man, look at all these things that I missed. Okay, so what am I getting stuck on? Is it these bits in the environment? Maybe. Not that it's mattered too much. This is part of the reason why I was also kind of hoping there would be other upgrades beyond just boosting my stats and getting the lamp. I love having a bunch of things to pursue upgrade-wise, where it's like, oh, do I want this or that? Because I find the do I want this or that, those choices tend to be very impactful feeling. And so yeah, it would be really neat if I could actually, like, I don't know, upgrade the shovel so instead of holes it was digging out cubes. Like, make it cost $100, but is that worth it? To me it might be. Or maybe it's completely worthless, I don't know. I just like having options. Okay, inventory is full. We're getting to the point where I'm actually being tempted by a larger inventory space, just because. I just gotta be careful. Okay. Yeah, just gotta make sure we have these, like, random bits gone. I have a very silly idea, but I'm gonna have to be kind of careful about it. There we go. I've got an auto clicker, which helps me take the strain off of my hands a little. And so I'm probably gonna use it to just auto dig. I wonder if there's like a drill. Yeah, this is much easier. Now I just have to aim. And we're finding a bunch of coal hanging out in here. Okay, just gotta be careful about my inventory space. Yeah, the one problem with the auto clicker is it doesn't stop unless I tell it to, so it won't stop preemptively if, say, my inventory is full. So it might not be a bad idea to actually scale my inventory a bunch to compensate for the extra. For the lack of control. I think the main problem is I really wish there was an inventory tracker. Like, I know I can press tab to pull it up, but I actually really wish the backpack had a symbol of like, oh, it's full, or it's almost full. You know, like if the white of the backpack would fill up. As you get more and more items. Okay. Thing is, I kind of want to clear out this floor since it's a reasonable source of money, but we also kind of want to go deeper. How much are we at? 10 out of 12. There we go. I think what I might do, instead of just doing a linear zigzag, I might do it in kind of like a weird diamond shape. If only because that way I don't have to worry about accidentally digging out my escape path. And I can just constantly go down comfortably without having to worry too much. Okay. Do we want to try and speed this up just a bit? There we go. That's a bit faster. Yeah, I'll just have to kind of count my inventory space. Or just stop periodically. And the thing is, it's easy enough. Over the edge? We are at the edge. One more. Because we don't actually have a big yard. Get the battery charge. Yeah, is that... Yeah, that probably is our upper limit. Alright, just keep kind of pushing some of these. Might as well make some more space in the ceiling as well for my head. Alright, there we go. Because yeah, I think what I'm going to do is go until I hit a wall and then just take a right turn. I guess we could just go along the wall. Let's go for the inventory space. Warning. You haven't saved the game for 30 minutes. Oh. You're right. I'm so used to games just giving me auto save. And it's weird to have one that doesn't. I wonder why not. I mean, I guess it's probably easier to not have an autosave. I feel like the easiest way you could do an autosave is just every time you interact with any of the stores, the game just saves. Sell stuff, game saves. Buy stuff, game saves. 5 minutes pass, game saves. I don't know. I love quick saving and quick loading in games. Like, that was always something I really enjoyed about older games. And I've been kind of sad that a lot of games have gone full, like, you know, full automatic with their saving. But on the flip side, I haven't lost, like, a save file in a long time. I say as I actually technically did lose save progress on a game recently. Specifically, I've been playing through the entire Final Fantasy series, and I seem to have lost my Final Fantasy IX save file for some reason. And I'm not sure how or why or what happened. Presumably it's maybe just on an older computer, and I just forgot that I wasn't playing it on my current one. That's my most likely explanation, at which point easy to pick up. But yeah, I was just sitting there, I was like, but I have like halfway completed save file, where did it go? And, it is a little upsetting for obvious reasons. Okay. Yeah, I think we just keep saving up for that shovel upgrade. I wonder what happens when we max that out. I mean, worst comes to worst, if we max out the shovel, we just say, all right. You know, shovel's maxed. Now we start working on other things. Hopefully there's some way of, like, unlocking better tech. But if we can't, then, I don't know, maybe at that point we just start digging deeper and deeper. I mean, I should be digging deeper and deeper. I think the main problem is just going down. Takes some effort. Whenever I hear this song pop on, it reminds me of, I think, some Shadowbringers remixes that I used to listen to. I gotta go back to those. Like, I haven't played Final Fantasy XIV in a couple of years, but god, the soundtrack on that game was amazing. And then the remixes people were doing of that soundtrack, also amazing. Okay. Here's some iron. Some coal. Okay. So we can grab these two. And then we stop. It's slow going, but it really does feel like I'm making progress here. And I'm sure it's only going to get better as we get better stuff. And go deeper, because I'm assuming eventually, like, the random stones we're finding are gonna give way to iron and copper. Yeah, so the deeper I go, the more valuable the loot. I'm scared to find out. Maybe I'll experiment with this at the very end of the video. But I'd love to see what happens when I turn my auto clicker on full bore. Okay, inventory. Okay, we've still got some space. Yeah, there's no easy way to smooth this, is there? It would be kind of neat if walking over a surface dynamically smoothed it. That's something that I adore about Death Stranding. There we go. Like, Death Stranding's a weird game, but on a mechanical level, like, it is pristine. Like, there's just so many weird bits about it that you wouldn't even know about, because they never explain it. But like that game, the more you walk over a, like, surface, the more it actually gets weathered out, and so you can actually get you can, like, carve a footpath just by walking over an area a bunch of times, and it gets even more, like, noticeable with cars. So if you're, like, driving over the same area over and over and over again, it'll leave, like, tire tracks in the ground, and it'll get rid of all the rocks that might be in your way and the other impediments and smooth things out. And ooh, I didn't make this. Okay, inventory is full. And my battery may be low, but I can at least get rid of some of this stuff. There we go. Sell that. 329. That should be more than enough. Upgrade to drill. Okay, cool. So there is a drill. Yeah, main problem is I want to be able to get stuck on terrain while traversing my tunnel. Hence why I was hoping there would be like a planer or a smoother or a something. And like, we might just have to use the jetpack for some of this stuff. Just to get around, but I don't know. Okay, 56. Getting up to that 500 is doable. I'll get the jetpack strength at this point. We're probably going to need it. Yeah, I'll check that out in a bit. I just really like having an easy exit that I can comfortably jump through at the very least. There we go. Plus, there's actually like a boatload of iron just kind of hanging out in the ground. Who would have thunk it? So as long as I can comfortably get back up here. All right. Maybe not the most comfortable. But it at least gets me down here with minimal issues. Mineral issues. Okay. And then let's see about this weird hole. I'm just gonna go in circles, I think. Expanding it out. Whatever this is. Some kind of bedrock. I'm also noticing it is getting demonstrably darker in here. It makes me wonder if I should actually build some light shafts. Battery is critical. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. I had a decent amount to sell from that. Not as much as I'd like, but hey. Okay. Let the auto clicker handle a lot of the mining for me. Just so I'm not clicking as much and hurting myself. A little bit more iron. Okay, unless I'm mistaken, that's the wall. Perfect. Here we go. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna keep kind of digging some of this out, so it's easier for me to get out of here. This is gonna cost me a lot of battery, I'm sure. There we go. Okay, so I can comfortably walk out. Let's just go. Let's just go. Sell that, get a recharge. Battery. Ooh. I think I might go for the battery charge at this point. Especially if we're going to be going, like, deeper. Following whatever this is. I might need that lantern. In fact, I think I'm going to need it. Can't tell if that's a way down or not. Okay, found some silver. Copper. Okay, let's find the edge of this bedrocky thing. Oh. Might be a bit more than bedrock. It's very hard to see what's going on. Oh. Oh, it's a hole. Okay. I might have to rely on this jetpack a little bit more than I'd want to. We're gonna need a lamp, though. Bad. That was worth a lot. Oh. Battery charge. Charge. Okay. F to lamp. Okay, so that's whatever that tougher thing is. So this is all a dead end. However, I'm gonna have to, like, loop around it. It looks like we've got a bunch of more durable things kind of in my way. However, the resources and value in this zone kind of outstrips a lot of this. The headaches provided. Okay, don't go any further. Yeah, we might just need to have a shaft that just goes straight to the bottom. Wow. Or maybe not straight to the bottom, but just goes further down. I'm gonna buy 2 lamps preemptively. Just in case I really mess up. Because it was getting really dark earlier. And I don't want to mess around with that too much. Okay. Just got to make sure I don't fill that in too much. Okay, so at this point I can kind of comfortably walk out of here. Not the best, but it's good enough. Okay. Ow. I take falling damage. That is an issue. Okay, should be good enough, at least for the moment. Part of it is I don't know how to heal myself. It's probably something I'd buy. Just like everything else here. Okay. Oh. Kind of more to this weird hole situation up here. Don't know if I'm gonna mess with it. Oops. Okay, that's how I cancel it. Perfect. Yep. At least healing's pretty cheap. Okay, so we were up, down. I don't know what this thing is. Okay, and it's clearly showing me kind of a wall. Elsewhere. A lot of silver in the area. Hurt. Yeah, so it's another kind of resource tracker. Okay, let's just make a little bit more space for myself. There we go. This does mean I'm going to be spending an amount on lamps. But I think that's going to be worth it long term. There we go. Oh. Thought it was the battery warning. For a second I wasn't paying attention. It's okay. I think we only lost like a copper. Okay, we're actually getting pretty close to being able to buy that drill. Which I think is gonna be worth it, and then we start working on other things. Okay, what I want to do is dig to the right here. Mostly to see if I can get into that weird empty space. Yeah, there it is. Because there was a pocket over here, and I wasn't sure why. And it could just be a random pocket. Nothing fancy about it. But I wanted to investigate just because it gave me weird vibes. We got, okay, 4 more inventory spaces. Even if I think stuff like this is, yeah, probably nothing. I don't want to Swiss cheese my own staircase too hard. Oh. Okay, don't keep going. Yeah, there's another chamber directly below, which I am very interested in checking out. I'm just gonna buy a bunch of lamps. Oh, baby. This is what I've been looking for. Yeah, still can't mine through that. But the rest of this I can mine through. Oh, and it's so much smoother. I kind of wish I could change the speed on it just a smidge. Just to smooth out some of these rough edges without actually cutting into the environment too hard. I mean, I can feather it, but still awkward. Okay. That's something. There we go. Yeah, so at the very least I can soften all of these, like, weird nubbins. Get myself out faster. What we might want to do is also just drill a much smoother tunnel down from, like, one of the sides, but eh. Okay, $10 charge. Everything is expensive. We could also get the dynamite. I will have to do a dynamite at some point. I think the sad thing is, though, most practical thing I can do at this point is probably continue to invest in digging tools more than anything else. Okay. It doesn't help that my character is taller than I'd like them to be. What if I can actually dig around a resource and just have it float in space? Like, I'm actually thinking about these big rocks and whether or not I can isolate them. Probably. Battery is low. That's okay. I can work with this. Alright. So far, so good. Only $85 from that one. I guess we were kind of drilling out and around, though. Let's see. Now we're going to go this direction. Because, yeah, there was some kind of tracker being like, hey, go this direction. And while I could just dig straight down, comes off as slightly dangerous and impractical. Okay. I really wish there was like a crouch button. Okay, inventory is full. Let's just get out of here. Have to go through my somewhat maze-like setup. The extra branches are definitely not helping. Okay, do we want to go for extra battery size? I think I'll go for the battery size. $23 charge. Whew. I should have charged it before I bought the battery. Oh well, it's fine. Alright, there we go. That should be a nice, comfortable way out. We'll go this direction, maybe? Yeah, I don't have a specific plan. You're gonna have to go around the big rock. The inventory is full. Really just gonna smooth this out so it's an easier turn. There we go. Like some parts of this, I'm still gonna have to loop around, but eh. The funny thing is, this is gonna be like that, you know that meme? I don't know if it's a meme necessarily, I'd almost call it kind of abusive, but the person mining and then getting tired and going home, and then somebody persisting and going further. I feel like this game is going to be very similar to that on a logistical level of like, oh, if I were to just go a smidge further, I would have found the thing. I mean, at least the game is pretty kind of telling me where the thing is. With the radar. Also seems like these big rocks actually are kind of worth excavating, if only because they actually have a lot of little resource bits stuck to them. Let's see. Hey, do we grab it? Sure. 2 lamp. The other thing I'm kind of... Ow. Waffling on is mostly the idea of... Ooh. I'm waffling on whether or not I want to... Ooh. Hello. Never mind. Grab dynamites or, like, dig straight down and stuff. The more powerful my jetpack gets, the better. And so the more I might just want to fly out of a tunnel instead. Part of it is we're also kind of reaching the end of the video for today, and it's like, well... What are we even looking at here? I have no idea. I'm just gonna excavate the big rock, I think. It's still saying down. And yeah, we have a resource tracker. There we go. I guess the other thing is I could kind of awkwardly dig upwards. I do really appreciate that it tells me to save. Okay, let's go take a look at this big chamber that I opened up. Or no. Let's... Huh. What is this thing? I have no idea. Got a lot of silver and other goodies around it, but it looks like it's actually got a... like a wooden brace on it. Okay. Not a great place to have a hole down, but still. Okay, so let's go back, dump that off, recharge. Can't buy any more lamps, should be fine. Yeah, let's just go see about this weird little... this weird little side path over here. Seeing as there's clearly something vaguely man-made about this. And I kind of want to know what it is. I am very much in the dark. Okay, there we go. Now I at least have a vague idea of what I'm doing in here. What is this thing? It looks like a mine shaft. It goes somewhere too. Okay. Unfortunately, don't want to destroy any resources. Even if at this point I could probably afford to do so. I think it would just annoy me. Okay. Buy a couple more lamps just because. Let's get back down there. I'm gonna end the episode kind of soonish, but I have to see what's in here. If we're lucky, it's like a shortcut or something. We will see. I really want to play one of these games at some point where I don't want to say like silly prepper game, but a survival sandbox game that is in 2 parts. One part is like, or the first part is just a life sim, where you're just kind of going about your daily life. Second part is, or it's like a life sim, but you're prepping for like a disaster or something that you know is coming, like a super blizzard, or like the big one in California, or who knows what. But effectively you're preparing for this like massive disaster that is going to cause issues. Effectively like a prepper survival sandboxy game, but like depending on how well you prep in the early stages, affects how well you do in the later stage. Maybe. Kind of like if 7 Days to Die had like a semi-preparatory stage of like, yeah, you know, you vaguely know that something bad's going down. You know, maybe you work at the zombie lab and you know that this is going to go bad, but you can't stop it. You've quit. But your bosses are still full steam ahead because they're absolute morons. Okay, my inventory is full. It's got a treasure chest in it. Screw it. Dynamite, lamp, and money. Sick. And looks like we're good. Alright, here's what I'm gonna do. Whoop. Ow. Didn't blow up that rock, shockingly. I'm a little disappointed, but is what it is. Anyway, I think this point is a good stopping point for me. I could do more. There's so much more that I could do. You know, so much deeper I could go. Still a bunch of upgrades I can still get. Not as many as you'd think, but still a lot. Let's go for the battery size. Just make it huge. But it feels like I'm getting close to the end of something. Here's a question. That's sad. I was really hoping the drill size would be just big enough that I could just go straight down elevator style, but is what it is. Anyway, I think I'm going to leave it here and call the video, but I will say that it is going, a game about digging a hole is going to be available on Steam in, it's like a day or two, I'm not entirely sure, February 7th, and I think is a really neat, weird little game. There's not, like, really that much mechanical depth, and I'd love to see a version of this that actually goes deeper, just more mechanics and things. It could be neat if you could build, like, platforms and braces and smooth out the tunnel and add stairs and, maybe, like, drop... Oh, you know what would be lovely? Just the ability to snake a cable down so you could charge up whenever you want. Or, like, a police system so you can send your resources back up. Just little hard points to buy, like, permanent upgrades here and there that do weird things. I think it would be really cool. But, is what it is. Anyway, and looking at the Steam page, it looks like it goes fairly deep. So, it's one of those where I'm kind of hoping that the game actually keeps going past the I Am Shovel upgrade. Maybe. We will see. The other thing to note, of course, is that the developers are working on a game called Solarpunk, which is it's a life sim, but with like, well, solarpunk technology and airships and stuff, and it looks very pretty, and I'm looking forward to that. Supposedly coming out later this year, don't know when, but I'm looking forward to it as well. So I will leave a link in the description for that as well. So if you want to wishlist that, it'll help the devs immensely. But for now, at least, I guess if you like this video in any way, shape, or form, leave me a like, helps more than you know. And if you want to see more rad new games every single day, then hit subscribe because I got tons to check out and show off. But for now, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time.